Patty is a triathlete, a mom, and a survivor who went from training for the race of her life to fighting for her life.
I, I was interested in reading that part about fighting for your life and back again. So let's go back to the beginning. Your story began in a ballroom in Orlando, kind of a moment that planted a seed. You say in your story. Tell our listeners what happened that day and how that grew into a plan to get healthier.
I was at work. I was working in Orlando. At the time that this happened to me, I was delivering training programs, and one of our speakers, who happens to be one of the partners at the firm, was talking about her experience uh, doing the Ironman triathlon, which I know to many who you may or may not know, this is no joke. Something came over me that day, that at that moment, and I said to myself, I am going to do a triathlon. I wasn't going to be crazy enough to do the Ironman triathlon.
And suddenly, something unexpected happened on February 20th. Can you walk us through that day and what you remember?
So here I was at my new gym that I had joined. I was probably about a month in or so to my training. And again, it was just very small, like little steps. I was doing my running, I was doing some stationary biking just to kind of get the feel. The time I was at the gym on February 20th, I just had finished running, and I happened to be with my husband, which was very which would normally not happen. I had finished the treadmill, and I said to him, I said, something doesn't feel right. And the next thing I knew, I was grabbing my head and experiencing the worst pain I had ever felt in my life. And lights out. That is basically the last thing that I remember from that moment. And I crashed to the floor.